just overall the barrier of the shame that women have and how to help women take their power back. So it's a pleasure to be here with you today. And today, me and Carrie are going to talk about a very significant topic that she actually has a lot of experience in, and we've both been going through these past few months, which is the resistance, the release of the resistance of the subconscious fear that we've been holding on to in terms of our personal lives and our business minds. So far, Carrie, we can agree that in June and July, it's been a really crazy couple of months in terms of shedding away fear, shedding away the resistance towards moving forward. A lot of things have come up for different people. People have gone agitated and angry. Why do you think specifically, what do you think these past couple months have been trying to show the collective in terms of moving forward or about themselves?
I think it's like an invitation to look at what is holding us back. Like wherever the resistance is where I get to go. That's the one thing I've taken from this. And also, it's interesting when you said like things going on personally and things going on in business. And someone said something to me very profound yesterday that yes, you have personal problems, and there are really no business problems. There are just personal problems that show up in your business.
Yeah,
because really, everything that I have within me, everywhere I go, there I am. Shit, that's the truth.
Exactly.
Whether it be in my business or personally, that is the truest thing that I can think of right in this moment. Is everywhere I go, there I am.
Exactly. So, in terms of your business, what have you felt has? I really just want to have you share your experience for a little bit, because I know that we were talking just the other week, and it was so powerful actually what you were sharing with me, and it helped me so much. What have you noticed for the longest time actually? What has been this wound that you've been carrying in terms of your business or in terms of money? Can you tell me more specifically how that resistance has shown up in your business, or in what ways it's affected you, like specifically?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's scarcity.
Scarcity.
Scarcity of everything, and it's everywhere. Money, food, time. I don't have enough time. There's not enough hours in the day. Yeah, I mean, it shows up everywhere in my life that there's not enough of something. And if I really start to dissect it all, it comes down to me, right? Like, where is the not enough coming from? Well, the not enough is I feel like I'm not enough. And it holds me back in my business. It holds me back from creating, because the underlying belief is that I'm not good enough to do the thing, whatever it is.
Which is always the underlying reason for basically almost anything when it comes down to the heart of it, right? Is that I'm not good enough, and I'm not worthy enough, or why, if I do this, somebody's gonna look at me this way. So do you think that lack of scarcity has to do with you feeling like you're not good enough for people to even pay you that much, or for you to even receive a certain amount of funds? Is that what you feel like?
Oh, so that was something that I went through for quite a few years of like, what am I worth? What should I charge? And I went through all of these different, it was really interesting. I went through a lot of different ways of determining my worth, and really it held me back from taking clients. I found that I wanted to do things for free, but really then if I'm doing something for free, what is that saying about my self-worth?
That you're not loving yourself as much.
Right. And and it's different for everyone. For me, it was about, do I value my service?
Yeah.
Do I really believe in myself? And so I, for a long time, it took me a while to figure out, like, what am I worth? And a friend of mine shared with me, she said, how much money have you spent on personal development and all the work that you've done? And I was like, oh my God, I really don't know. It's quite a bit. And she's like, well, that's what you're worth. So you should have no problem charging whatever you want.
Yeah, I think, and to comment on that, because I had the same thing. And I think a very big comment about it is that we feel we have this wound, and I'm sure a lot, I mean, I'm not sure, I know a lot of people have this wound where they feel like they have to give themselves too much because they feel like they're so selfless that it's actually a kind of actness of God if you don't charge people too much and you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. But I think what we're learning is that even though it's good, you still have to prioritize yourself most of the time because somebody can,
100%.
and but at the same time, if you look at it like that, nobody's going to be losing. Both can benefit. But if one person settles, gives away their worth, then I mean, if one person gives too much of themselves to somebody else, then they're just going to end up building resentment as well. Did you ever feel like when you were charging people less or you giving people more of your time and energy, you started to build resentment for yourself, or you would just get more angry or grumpy, or your energy would just be more fatigued? And did you notice anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. All of the things. I noticed all of the things. And, what I realized is, money is just an energy exchange.
It's just an energy exchange. 100%.
And yeah, and so what's holding me back from, charging what I feel my services are worth? And for me, it came down to a lot of shame surrounding money, and a lot of shame still that I was holding on to for myself. Because we all go back to, for me, I go back to the not good enough conversation of, am I good enough to be able to support a woman? As I'm like writing any of my programs out, it's like I focus on, for me, perfectionism, right? And perfectionism and shame go hand in hand because I want to be perfect so bad and it's unattainable. And when I don't hit the mark, then I shame
Exactly.
myself for it.
Exactly. And somebody is going to lose. And it's just not fair to you to always have to be the one to take that hit for other people, because we call that the wounded healer. And nobody, somebody, my friend Cyrus, the other day, he told me, he's like, there's nothing spiritual about being poor. We have this, right? We think that
Yes.
something spiritual, but God does not want to see, God wants to see us prosper. The Lord, the creator,
Yes.
is prosper, because if we're giving ourselves away, then we're not meeting our higher self in terms of what we deserve. We are just giving it to everybody else. So I'm very proud of you for learning that. And even though it took a few years, you really helped me with that, because the other day, last week actually, you called me and you had told me that, you were charging this rate to certain clients, but everything we're talking about is not a rate that is actually too
Mm-mm.
costly. If anything, it's worth your time, it's worth your energy, it's worth your value, your experience. So when you told me of what you deserve and everything, you really helped me realize that everything that we do, we are our own creators in terms of what
Mhm.
energy we put out there. So once you get over that hump, and once I want the audience to know that once you get over that hump of, that resistance of what you feel like you deserve, and put that energy in there and feel like you took down the barriers and act like you actually deserve it and show that you actually deserve it and put that energy, you're going to align with people that actually want to spend the money and know that hey, no matter what, if this is a few $100s more, I deserve this, because there's no price on my mental health, you know? And I've learned to realize, like, money is an energy. And the fact that if your energy is not aligned, if you're not even aligned with your own work, and you're not even aligned with what you believe in your own price, then other people are going to see that. And other people are going to feel that. And they're not going to take you seriously. So I want to say thank you for being another catalyst to waking me up last week, because I've been working with my coach on this really. And it's not just money, right? It's the
Nope.
whole deeper wound of, oh, let's take a breath. It's that deeper wound of, in the chest, of not feeling good enough, or what is this person going to say, or I'm not this Tony Robbins guy yet. Am I able to charge this, or am I? It doesn't matter what it is. You know specifically what your experience is in this life. You know what you've been through. You deserve it, and everybody deserves it. And a person who really wants it will they will want it. How come is it that people will spend $1,000 on shoes or things that they don't need, right? But when it comes to their mental health, there is that blockage. What does that say about them? That they're ready, or they haven't seen the money mindset yet? The money error. What do you think it says? That I'm not good enough wound to them?
So for me, I think that I'm going back from my experience is I choose where I think my worth sits. And sometimes, at least in the beginning for me, I used to think it was in material things.
Mm,
Let me buy the purse, let me buy the jewelry, let me do all the things, and that's where my worth is. And then I realized that, oh, that's not where my worth is. Oh, but maybe it's in my appearance, so let me go buy the plastic surgery or the Botox, right? And then I realized, oh shit, my worth's not there either. And so I try all of these little things, right? I go working out all the time, like my worth is everywhere outside of me. Until I realize that it's within me, that's when I was like, oh, I'm willing to take the investment into myself.
yes. Wow. It's
And
really,
that was huge for me.
yeah, it's really crazy that you said that because the ego will try to hold on to everything to make you prove that you're worth it. You know, it'll be like, how many followers do you have? Have you done this work? Have you done this work? But, you know, you and yourself know that you are the creator and you can align with what you want. And, you know, obviously, you wouldn't go to a fast food burger place for sushi, right? So when people come to you and they want to work with you, they're coming to you and connecting with you because they know intuitively that you are good at what you do. They are connected to you. Now it's upon them to decide, is this investment worth me? If a person didn't want to work with you, they wouldn't even be coming to you or aligned in your energetic field. So there
Right.
are people who have want to work with me and I love them so much and I love them and I want to help them. I want to do everything. But because of the circumstances, you know, money is very difficult for a lot of people, and I've been in that position. Because of the circumstances, they weren't able to make it work. But when you align yourself to what you want, the universe provides a way. And it's really hard because so long, Carrie, for the past few months, I was about to lower. I thought that I had to settle my price or give half off or do whatever for just to gain clients and to help people. But I was like, no, this is, and there's times that I almost did it, but the universe was testing me and they put me and they said, you have a choice right now. You could either help this person, which you are born to do, and take this money, or you can continue trusting us that we will provide for you. And it hurt me so bad to reject these few people. It really, really did. But I had to trust the universe and move on because I know for a fact if they wanted it and they want to make it work, it would happen. And it shows also me what they prioritize, right? And if somebody prioritizes you, they will show that they prioritize working with you. It's not about just saying, like, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that. I was that same person. Now, if I really, really want something, I'll make it work. So you said that this has a lot to do with the I'm not good enough wound from childhood, from, you know, fear of not being good enough. What kind of work have you done to release that kind of barrier between yourself? Like to release that blockage?
You know, I think a lot of the work I've done, well, clearly I've been through therapy and I've worked with several different coaches. But one of the things that was very supportive for me is to acknowledge these events. Like if I really sit and I go back these like significant life events, right? Like I really think about, and if you really think about it, there's everything is significant in your life, but there's some events that have occurred that have completely shifted the way that you think
Mm-hmm.
about certain topics. And so in the very beginning, I just went back and looked at these big items that I could clearly see that were like significant life events that shifted my energy, shifted what I was looking at, allowed me to form my thoughts and views and opinions. And I acknowledge them for what they were and like why was that in my space? Like why did I call that into my space? Because really, for
Yeah.
me, I'm 100% responsible for everything that happens around me.